So
That's
you
just
so
not bad.
you sent me RG3s right before the show. We'll just look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that real
yeah. I
quick.
did. I did.
So he has three of the same as you, Sand,
Yeah.
Simpson, Mendoza, and King. There's the fifth guy, Bear
I, I,
Bachmeier. And
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Bear Bachmeier's been playing crazy. Of true freshman, 8-0, 20 touchdowns, three turnovers. He's playing lights out.
yeah, so I'll just go through. That's actually a really good comparison. You had Pavia in there as well.
Yeah,
Diego Pavia, 2,200 all purpose yards, 20 touchdowns, five interceptions, has a
yeah.
little bit of ball security issues sometimes, has that
It's
Heisman
because of
caliber
his
year.
cockiness. It's
Agreed?
because of his cockiness. You can tell with Diego Pavia the way he plays. He thinks he's the best player on the field when sometimes he is, but most of the times it's just that he's being ignorant with the ball. You can tell with that his interception against Alabama, where I think Justin Jefferson picked off the ball.
Yes.
He just thinks he can fix it into these tight windows, which I bet he could, but in the moment he just thinks he's better than he really is, and that's really it's the cockiness that gives him those turnovers. With Bachmeier, he just plays the games like you're supposed to play it.
Yep.
He's playing like BYU Tim Tebow. I'm not even gonna lie.
Bachmeier, I'll say BYU had a Tim Tebow in Taysom Hill one time.
Yeah,
So he's there were a couple runs, that 20-yard run where he dragged four Utah defenders into the end zone.
yeah, I can
I
see that.
saw
Yeah,
that and I said put him in the Heisman. I said put him in the Heisman combo. He has
yeah.
2,100 all-purpose yards, 20 touchdowns, three interceptions. They were all in one game against Arizona, and that game had weather inclination.
Yeah.
So my question is, how much are we weighing the records of these teams? Because Vanderbilt is 7-1. They're ranked number 9 in the country. BYU obviously 8-0. They're having an incredible season. Nobody had them
That's a
here
good
at this
question.
point. They're number 10 in the country with a true freshman who got there in June, who had
Well,
limited time to
I
learn the
could
playbook.
Yeah, I could say that it's really the media. Diego Pavia is like what Johnny Manziel was at Texas A&M, a media darling. When Texas A&M did have Johnny Manziel, they went 9-3. And he's really carried by that one Alabama win. Granted, that was a amazing win, but what happened at the end of the season? Alabama still won the national championship. But I think Bear Bachmeier, he's just not in the media. He's not really a media presence as most of the top five are. Haynes King's being talked about as like Georgia Tech's Tim Tebow. You have Julian Sain, who's a redshirt freshman, Ty Simpson, first year starting, and also Fernando Mendoza, who's looking like the number one overall pick. It's either him or Ty Simpson. And I think that Bear Bachmeier, if he had a better media push, he would be probably top. He's number 6 for me in the Heisman.
So
I
you've
think
seen
he's
so in these last
great.
2 weeks, you've seen BYU go two straight games, Utah and Iowa State. Those are both high quality caliber wins.
Yeah,
BYU lost LJ Martin, their star starting running back, who really has
yes,
been most of their offensive production all season.
yeah,
Bear Bachmeier is the number 3 quarterback in the country on play action. Prior to
oh
that,
yeah,
in Iowa State, in pure passing QBR, he was first in the nation last week. He had a
yes,
92.4 in pure passing. He had 305 yards against one of the best secondaries in the Big 12, and
yeah,
he carried them back on a 31-3 scoring deficit
yeah.
in the second half.
That is true.
Those games were both on Big Fox, the
Yeah,
Utah and Iowa State games.
yeah,
Upcoming, their next game is against Texas Tech. That game will be
yeah.
game day probably. That game will probably be big noon kickoff. I
I can't wait
say
for that
I
game. That
see
game's
I
gonna be
see
crazy.
that game. If BYU goes out and wins that game, Bachmeier hops into the top 5 of odds. I think he has to.
Yes,
And then
he has to.
if BYU goes on down the stretch, they have 4 games remaining. Texas Tech on the road, TCU at home, Cincinnati on the
Cincinnati.
road,
Yeah,
and then UCF at home.
I feel
They
like
those are
really.
two Cincinnati and Texas Tech are two college game day caliber games, assuming that
Yeah,
BYU is undefeated in
yeah.
both of them. I see that if BYU goes undefeated, he's going to be at the Heisman voting ceremony.